for this question, it's asking about how many protons and neutrons are in calcium-46. Now, to answer this question, we have to go to the periodic table and look up calcium. And calcium is going to be Ca on the periodic table, and it's going to look like this. It's going to have a Ca here, and then we got 20 up top, and then we'll have a 40.078 on the bottom. Now, your periodic table might look a little bit different, so you have to look at the key and see where these numbers are. And this number right here is going to be the number of protons. So I'll write number of protons. It's usually going to be up top, but not always. And so this right here is number of protons. It's sometimes called the atomic number. So I'm going to write that right here. It's called the atomic number. And it's also sometimes called the Z number. So I'll put Z number like this. And that's what this number is going to be. And this number determines what that element is. So I'm going to say that it's going to determine, it determines the element or atom. And the difference between an element and an atom is just it's the smallest unit that's within an element. So like if you have some like 20 protons, let's say I got something like this. Let's say I got 20 protons here, and they're in the center, and then I may have some electrons that go around. This right here, what I just drew, that's going to be an atom. That's one individual atom. And if I have a whole lot of these atoms, it's going to make up the element calcium. And so all elements are made up of the same type of atom, and all atoms of that type will have 20 protons, which it says right here. That's going to be 20 protons. And so if we go to the periodic table like we just said and we look that up, that's going to be 20 protons. So the answer for this part is going to be that it's got 20 protons. And now we got to figure out how many neutrons are in there. And so the neutron, each atom of calcium can weigh a different amount. They could have different masses. And you could think of that kind of like the cars. Like if I had a Honda Accord, if I have a Honda Accord, well, there's a Honda Accord TL, then there could be like a TL like with the Sport Edition, and there's all different types of versions. And so these atoms, they can have different versions as well, and those different versions are called isotopes. And so what makes each different isotope is the number of neutrons. And so they're going to have this mass number, the mass number. And you can think of that as like kind of classifying each different type of isotope. And the mass number is made up of protons plus the number of neutrons like this. And it's got 20 protons. So we can say, okay, this has 20 protons. And it's going to have plus some number of neutrons that we don't know over here. And that's going to be equal to this 46 right here. That 46, when you see the calcium, this is dash. That means it's the mass number, so we're going to put 46 down here. And then we can solve this equation right here. And when we do that, we're going to get the number of neutrons. That's going to be equal to 26. And so this particular version of calcium, this particular isotope of calcium, has 26 protons. And by definition, because it's calcium, it's also going to have this right here. It's going to have 20 protons. So these are the two answers for this question.